maybe you'll have, I guess, an if asked about this. There's been this unrest in Tunisia, and a nationwide curfew was announced. And given the things the Secretary General has said about the country as the kind of success story of the Arab Spring, does the DPA or does anyone in the UN, what do they think of these protests? And is any either assistance, or it seems like a lot of them are financially based? Is any part of the UN system trying to provide some assistance to forestall a second revolution?
Well, we've been dealing with the Tunisian government and civil society in the years since the Tunisian revolution, and entities like the UN Development Program are working with the Tunisian government to see what can be done to help the country as it continues with its transition. Certainly, the Secretary General has made clear our full support for the democratic transition in Tunisia, and you'll have seen the many statements we've issued on this over the past years, and we will continue with that support. Yeah.
I have just there's one. There's been sort of brewing reports, but now they've been pretty much confirmed that an audio exists of army officials in Cote d'Ivoire providing encouragement and even planning for the attempted coup in Burkina Faso. So this has given rise. There's been an arrest warrant issued for Mr. Soro, an Ivorian official. Given that the UN has a mission in Cote d'Ivoire, and given UNOA, et cetera, what does the UN think about this? Is it the case that senior officials of one country try to bring about a coup in a neighbor?
We wouldn't have any response until we receive further information and any concrete information about that.
And one last question. This was something I'd asked Stefan, I think, on January 8th about the town hall meeting and about flying and travel costs. And he'd said, and I don't, I may have misunderstood. He seemed to say that the Secretary General didn't say that he flies commercial. But I've since seen the video of the town hall, and he said that. He also seemed to say that some of his SRSGs have private jets, and he said that some UN planes don't have water in the toilets. I mean, this is on video. So I wanted to know which missions have special representatives that fly on jets, and why is it that UN planes don't have water in the toilets, as the Secretary General said? I mean, you can look at the tape, or
I don't have to look at the tape. I've been on the planes.
Okay.
Why they don't have them is because sometimes what we have at our disposal is regional jets that are donated by member governments. Sometimes the facilities on those jets are not the best, so instead of water, you have hand sanitizer, and it is what it is. We don't travel in luxury at the UN, and special representatives of the Secretary General do not have private jets. Sometimes they travel on the planes of UN peacekeeping missions, but those are hardly private planes. Those are planes that are part of the peacekeeping mission's air assets.
Does UNIMID still have a Gulfstream jet?
I wouldn't know what precise assets UNIMID has. It does have it has had smaller planes, and sometimes when the Secretary General travels, he if he can use those planes to go to or from a peacekeeping mission, he uses those. So that's not the same thing, of course, as traveling commercially. But neither does he have his own jet. He never has. Have a good weekend, everyone.